It was definitely a smart move on their part by putting Mel Gibson and John Lithgow in this movie. Daddy's Home 2 is clearly a sequel to Daddy's Home, starring Will Ferrell, Mark Wahlberg, Mel Gibson, and John Lithgow. This is a funny movie. I mean, it's John Lithgow always delivers, and he is the perfect cast for Will Ferrell's dad. It's just perfect. And Mel Gibson plays the jerk dad of Mark Wahlberg, which is a pretty good cast. The thing that makes this film suffer is your stereotypical Christmas formula. And that is, you got your typical jokes falling into place, situations where you're led to believe someone is thinking a certain way when they're feeling another. But that's a basic formula for most films. I don't know why I'm saying it's just a Christmas formula. Maybe just because there's a bunch of Christmas trees involved, and lights, and disaster things, explosions. A lot of the funny things that happen in this film were given away in the trailer, which happens with most comedies, if not all movies. And that's why I try my best not to watch them. But sometimes it just happens, and in this case, it happened. But I was looking forward to this film, and quite honestly, it made me laugh throughout the entire film, just because I love seeing Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg on screen. They work well together, and they feed well off one another. And the times that they share the screen, they shine. Those are some of the best moments in the film. In the beginning of the film, they focus on some things that are very prominent in today's society, and that is people just sucked into their phones, not talking to one another. And in the end, it wraps it up with family, which is awesome. I mean, honestly, I don't know what to say about this film other than the fact that it's funny in parts and not so funny in others. Mel Gibson is kind of an overbearing jerk throughout the film, but at times he has these moments where it's funny. He's just kind of picking on his son that he really does love, but doesn't know how to show it. He's not been there for Mark Wahlberg's character, and we find that out as the film goes on. And there's these really nice recalls throughout the film that are funny and really nice. There's some things that are set up with John Lithgow's character, why he's showing up, and what's happening with him that are kind of predictable by little things in the dialogue. And it's not terrible, but it's kind of like, he could have done that better. But honestly, this was a fun film to watch, and there's a moment in the film where I think the director of this film definitely was highlighting on what drives him nuts, I think, about families and the lack of raising their children just by giving them a device and them being, it's just soul-sucking and won't know how to function in today's society. But I don't know. But there was this one moment in the end of the film where I feel like a lot of people in the holidays, they go to the movies because they're either, there's that one movie the entire family wants to see and they're excited about it, or they're going there to escape their family so they don't have to talk to them. And they go to a movie theater to see a movie. It really is, I feel like the average family, this is the situation most Christmases. There's a moment where Will Ferrell's character is talking, and I'm sitting by myself with like a ton of couples watching this film, and I'm just like eating my popcorn, my candy. They get snowed in at this movie theater, and go ahead and just stop it here and like skip ahead because I'm about to spoil this. It's just really funny and awkward. Is that sitting in the movie theater and Will Ferrell's character trying to do this real build up because the power went out in the movie theater and they can't leave because it's a blizzard or whatever. And he's like, you know, we all have something in common, blah, blah, blah. Why don't you just turn to that stranger next to you and give him a hug? It was so awkward because everybody beside, you could just feel the tension build up in the room. And I thought that was such an awesome moment to sit in a packed theater around a bunch of people thinking that the person next to them that they didn't know, especially the girl to my right and the guy to my left, thinking that I was going to turn to him and give him a hug. No, I'm not opposed to that just because I'm a hugger and I try to be a nice guy. But then again, I don't know you and I ain't going to do that. So it was pretty funny and the tension was high at the moment. So Will Ferrell, whoever wrote that part, just thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I will never forget that. That was an awesome moment in a movie. But yes, I did enjoy this movie. Is it the most amazing Christmas movie in the world? No. But it is one I'm not going to forget. It is not a movie that you need to be taking your kids to, especially if you don't want your kids cussing, because there's a couple of times where there's some kids cussing. But overall, I enjoyed this movie. Is it anything fantastic? No. Will I own this movie? Maybe if I grab it out of the $5 bin someday. But I'm giving Daddy's Home 2 a 6 out of 10. So yeah, that's what I thought of Daddy's Home 2. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you love it? Let me know in the comments down below. Let's have a conversation about it. If you're local to the Asheville, North Carolina area, be sure to head on over to the828.com. Why? Because that's where the locals go. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button. If you want to see more of my reviews and you don't want to miss a single one, be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you get a notification every time I make an upload. And if you want to see my last review, you can click right there. And you guys have a fantastic day.